Alright guys, hi, this is Steph. Welcome to my vlog again. I'm coming at you from my porch today. It's a nice place to sit out. I'm trying to cool off my apartment. I just got back from a long weekend. I was at a very good friend's wedding. Here we are at the reception. Don't we look great? We're having such a great time. If you guys are watching this, I say congratulations again. I'm so happy for you and I'm so glad that I got to be a part of your special day. This vlog is going to be inspired and actually taken off of a memo or meme or however you say M-E-M-E. If you're out there in cyberspace, let me know. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce the word. But this M-E-M-E, meme comes from my friend Jethro. He suggested I do this one and I thought it would be kind of cool, so here goes. We're going to start out with house. The first question is, what got you into this fandom in the first place? I got started in this fandom because a friend of mine, Ro, when I was in college, I was a senior, and I was often at this, the dorm of a good friend of mine, Eric, and Ro came over, and a couple nights, I guess, we watched, like, the current season of House that was on, and Eric and I both really enjoyed the show, so we borrowed Ro's, I think 1 and 2 seasons, and kind of watched them in maybe a week or less, like 5 episodes a day. It was ridiculous, but we instantly got hooked and have been watching it ever since. Second question is, do you participate in this fandom? I don't really participate in this fandom. I don't think I even have any LJ lists that have to do with House. So no, I don't really participate in it. I do watch it every week, and I usually water cooler talk about it the next day with one of my coworkers. The third question, number 3, is, do you think you'll stay with this fandom or move on? I have stuck through this since I first started watching it, and 2 seasons ago, I guess, was kind of iffy. I wasn't too fond of what was going on, but this past season picked back up, and I think this season is going to be fantastic. The previews are awesome, and it's definitely going in a new direction, so I'm really excited to see the new season. The fourth question is, what is your favorite instance of this fandom? My favorite instance of this, I actually saw it a couple days ago, actually, when I was at the wedding. The bride, and we were getting ready in her house, and we had the TV on. We were like, what are we gonna watch? And this happened to be marathoning on USA, like it often does, and one of my very, very, very favorite episodes, called 3 Stories, was on. It is my favorite episode by far. It kind of tells an interesting story about House, and if you haven't ever seen it, you should definitely check it out. Number 5, or fünf in German, or cinco in Spanish, or some other things that Dan or Casey could tell you, is, do you think more people should be involved in this fandom? I don't know about more people participating in the fandom. House has a pretty big following, but, you know, the more the merrier. If people want to check it out, I think go for it. Next up, we have the television show Psych, and that's on USA, for those of you who don't know. The first question is, what got you into this fandom in the first place? The fact that Dule Hill pretty much was on the show was why I watched it. Second question is, do you participate in this fandom? I do kind of participate in this fandom. I follow them on Twitter, the Psych USA show, and I've entered a few contests and stuff, and I'm always on their website, so I kind of participate in it, definitely more than I do in House. The third question, number 3, is, do you think you'll stay with this fandom or move on? This show has definitely been getting better every year it's on. I will definitely stick with it for the long run. We're currently in the 4th season now, I think, and it's really good. I'm really excited because Josh Malena, another of my favorite guys, is going to be on it. The fourth question is, what is your favorite instance of this fandom? My favorite instance of this fandom, I thought this over for a little while, and I have to stick with, at the beginning of each episode, they have a little starting thing, then they have their main titles, and then they have the show, obviously. And usually the main titles are similar. There's 2 different ones. There's a shortened one with the song and then a longer one with the song. And my favorite instance came when there was this Spanish themed episode. It was about a soap opera and they needed Sean on the case or whatever. And after the big beginning with the soap opera death or whatever, the main credits came on and they were in Spanish. It was the actual song, but it was in Spanish by the same group. I'm super excited about the last one that Jethro chose. It is Sports Night. The first question is, what got you into this fandom in the first place? I was about 13 when I first started watching Sports Night, and in high school, maybe I was older than 13. I think I was in sophomore, maybe a freshman, and I couldn't tell you what got me started with it, but I'm so glad I did because it is just the best show I've ever seen. Second question is, do you participate in this fandom? When it was on, and this is like 10 years ago, actually it just had its 10th anniversary, so 10 years ago, I did participate in the fandom. I was on one of those e-group things, like Yahoo or something. You remember those? Yeah, old days. And I talked to a lot of people, and actually two of my very best friends I met because of this show. I do participate in the fandom, and I have some very close friends because of it. The third question, number 3, is, do you think you'll stay with this fandom or move on? I'll definitely stick with this fandom until the end. I still get out episodes and watch them because they're just that good. It's not bad television. And so, yeah, it's not on air anymore, but I will stick with it, and I will tell people forever to watch Sports Night. The fourth question is, what is your favorite instance of this fandom? Favorite instance of this fandom is an extremely difficult question to answer. When I look at that question, I immediately think of the last scene in an episode from season 1 titled "The Quality of Mercy at 29K." It's just this great moment that kind of like Seinfeld does, where it wraps everything together. This episode does that, but in a more dramatic, very sincere way. Number 5, or fünf in German, or cinco in Spanish, or some other things that Dan or Casey could tell you, is, do you think more people should be involved in this fandom? I definitely think people should participate in this fandom. Since I'm doing this mema for my second vlog, my recommendation to you is going to be Sports Night. If you have never seen it, if you've never heard of it before, it was Aaron Sorkin's first cable television show before The West Wing, before Sunset Studio on 60 Strip, whatever that one was. I can never remember the exact title. If you've never seen it, you really need to check it out. It's totally not worth missing. Alright, so that concludes vlog number dos. I'm sorry it's a little bit longer than the last one, but the memo was a little bit long. So thanks, Jethro. I'm so excited that you've decided to subscribe, and thank you guys, and I will see you soon.